So the two things that I took from that are, number one, the common thread amongst all successful people is that they have a sickening work ethic, you know. And as long as you're continually telling yourself when those obstacles come up that cause you to procrastinate, you know, whatever that obstacle is, keep telling yourself, you know, I can't wait to see how this turns out in my favor. I mean, that mental trick works extremely well for me. You know, you hear other things like, you know, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? One of the things that causes me to procrastinate is the fear of an obstacle because of its size. And I found that if I take, it's a trick that I learned from somebody, if I take 7 minutes and just go ahead and get into it, by the time I get into that task, you know, I've kind of removed the fear, and I'm able to get all the way through it, or at least a large portion through it if it's massive in size. But one of the things that I also picked up from one of the folks there at the one-on-one, and when you guys get a chance to go, it is really, really cool. I mean, I've gone to a lot of conferences that are full of information, but they're dull.
What's the one-on-one called?
The one-on-one is basically a leadership conference up at corporate. Sorry about that. I guess some of you don't know about this. Yeah.
What it was,
and it's people that, you know, from all levels of the company have been successful in some way, shape, and form, and come in and share their successes and some of the obstacles that they went through to become successful within the organization. And the speakers there, I mean, just made all the difference in the world. I mean, number one, a couple of these people, especially that Mike Sheets guy, I mean, he's just a couple of contacts short of being a professional comedian. He was hilarious. All of them extremely inspirational. The information that I picked up was in depth. Probably picked up 50 or 60 different things. But I wanted to jump right into one of them that I think is a great kickoff point or springboard for what we just saw. They had made mention of a SMART goal. And I want you to write this in. I'm one of those that, you know, if I read it, I can remember better. The two S's that are down there on the acronym SMART are strategic and specific. The M is for measurable. And then right out to the side of that, you want to put down, you know, measurable being concrete and numerical. You want a goal that's attainable. But you also want a goal that you've got to raise your lid to attain. A couple of you may not have been there, but we've always made mention of, you know, the law of the lid, and being able to raise your lid because of the other people that you surround yourself with. So don't always just grab onto something that you know that you can attain because it's going to be easy, obviously. And then you have to have a goal that's result-based, that you document your results on, obviously, and one that's time-based. Set a time for your goal. And I guess the example that I could use of something that's not a SMART goal is to say, this first year with Liberty National, I want to make $1 million. That ain't gonna happen, okay? It might by year 3 or 4, I don't know. But you know, always be realistic, but definitely push yourself a little bit. You know, if you were to say, next week I want to be able to get myself into, you know, 5 presentations, close 1 case, and write $5,000 in annual premium. I mean, anybody in here after they've gotten through the ramp-up time can do that. And as you grow a little bit, like I had six presentations that I did, I might want to set an attainable goal next week with that time frame for some of them. And you just keep pushing. But that's basically all that I got. On that sheet down there, just think about it over this next couple of days and write down a couple of attainable goals and hand them in there.